Hello and welcome to another edition of TV1 News. I'm Carol Kido Jr. In this edition, PNG must focus on mitigating grey listing effects, school infrastructure remains a challenge, and Kumuls team visits school clinic. Executive Director of the Institute of National Affairs and Economic Analyst Paul Barker has confirmed that it is virtually impossible for PNG to avoid grey listing next February. However, he said the challenge rather will be to seek to limit the duration of grey listing to a shorter period of time.
Paul Barker, Executive Director of the Institute of National Affairs and a noted economic analyst, says grey listing is virtually unavoidable. Mr. Barker told this newsroom that despite this challenging outlook, PNG should focus on the importance of mitigating the impact by striving to limit the duration of the grey listing period. He suggested that proactive measures and reforms could potentially help reduce the time spent in this status, thereby minimizing its negative implications for the nation's economy and international reputation. He clarified that the Financial Action Task Force, or FATF committee, determines grey listing for countries based upon a set of criteria. The rules, he said, which are designed to protect the soundness of the global financial system, includes requirements for monitoring and compliance, which includes prosecution where offences are occurring to ensure deterrence. Mr. Barker said PNG has introduced extensive relevant legislations against money laundering, proceeds of crime, whistleblower, unexplained wealth and anti-corruption laws with new bodies including FASU and ICAC. However, he said to date there have been no prosecutions where offences have occurred with no penalties or deterrence effect, as the Police Frauds Code has had little capacity to prosecute cases referred to it by FASU, and ICAC has not been functioning long enough to handle cases, although it has started. He further clarified that the FATF requires at least 2 years of evidence prosecutions, which is not happening. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
The government of Israel has recognized PNG as a true and outstanding friend of Israel, noting the unwavering support PNG has accorded to Israel during what they called their darkest hours in the last 2 years. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu conveyed to the government and the people of Papua New Guinea Israel's deep gratitude for PNG's support to his country over the years, and especially during these times of conflict in the Middle East. Prime Minister Marape received the commendations delivered directly by Israel's Deputy Foreign Minister Sharon Haskell yesterday during a courtesy call she made on the Prime Minister at Melanesian House, Waigani. The Deputy Prime Minister highlighted Prime Minister Marape's earlier decision to open the PNG Embassy in Jerusalem instead of Tel Aviv, and for the support to Israel given through the United Nations. She said her visit was directed by Netanyahu to see how the PNG-Israel friendship can be strengthened further, and to say thank you for standing beside them in their darkest hours since 7th October 2023. The Deputy Minister's visit also highlights the significance Netanyahu has placed on PNG and the Pacific in a time when Israel is currently engaged in complying with the ceasefire in their war with Hamas and many overseas government engagements put on hold. The Kainantu Mine, or K92, hosted a gala dinner recently, bringing together corporate entities, stakeholders, business partners, provincial and national government representatives, landowners, employees, and those whom contributed significantly to the growth of the company. The event was hosted following the commission of their Stage 3 processing plant recently.
On Thursday, October 17th, K92 commissioned its Stage 3 processing plant, and on Friday the next day, the company hosted a prestigious gala dinner, bringing together those whom have supported the growth of the company since its establishment 10 years ago. Those whom were recognized during the event include the government, Mineral Resource Authority, PNG core business partners, landowners, local community, among others. In his opening remarks, K92 CEO John Lewins acknowledged the support of everyone in contributing to the success of K92.
The other province, which is a major part of our operation, we have several exploration areas there. Governor Wangi, who we obviously sorry to see as president, and his administration have again been critical to the success we've achieved. Our landowners and local community.
Lewins highlighted the company's business strategy to include locals.
Local hiring initiatives to complement local procurement and are some of our business development strategies. We've initiated a number of joint venture businesses with local communities, and that includes 4 major joint venture contracts between our communities and PNG companies for the provision of services, as well as many smaller contracts for our local communities.
Member for Kainantu William Hagahuno pointed out a few things that stood out from the operations, including accountability, honesty, and transparency.
They are transparent as to what is happening, how much money they are making, how much they are paying the government, how much they are paying the landowners. This kind of information is, in most cases, not available to the public at large.
Managing Director of Mineral Resource Authority, Gary Jerry, said K92 has been a shining beacon in terms of its social corporate responsibility, obligation in paying its dues, and also reinvesting in finding the next reservoirs.
Has been a shining beacon for the country in terms of its social corporate responsibility, in terms of its obligation to the nation, in paying its dues, and also reinvesting in finding the next reserves to keep the mine life or to extend the mine life are examples that we all should strive to emulate.
Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
A milestone was achieved when medical supplies to Milne Bay Provincial Health Authority were delivered by road from Port Moresby recently. The Health Department engaged Express Custom Logistic, or ECL, the Southern Region Logistics Distribution Contractor, to deliver these supplies. 2 Isuzu Dyna and 2 open-back Land Cruiser trucks loaded with 620 cartons journeyed through the new road, delivering the much-needed cargo. Day 2 of the Grade 8 National Examination ended today, with Grade 8 students across the country sitting for their mathematics examination. For Babaroko Junior High School in the nation's capital, exams progressed well despite having space issues yesterday to cater for the number of students.
To address this, head teacher Simon Kayaka said the school had to suspend several classes for a weekend to make room for the exams.
That's the problem that we have. We also, there are some offices between the classrooms, especially the primary classrooms. We remove those offices and we convert them into extra classrooms. So we fit those students who are so packed in one classroom, we separated them. At least we create space so that they have some space in the classroom.
Infrastructure, especially classrooms, to cater for the 4,800 students ranging from grade 1 to grade 10 in the junior high school is an issue that needs addressing to effectively implement the 166 structure.
It was very, very challenging at the first place. You know, when the school was announced to take on grade 9s, we did not have the facilities to have them. So what we need to do is strategize with what we have. Looking at the classrooms, the primary need to minimize, cut down, and free up some classroom and give it to the high school. So that means the primary are now so packed in the classrooms. Yes. And they free up 4 classrooms for the first 4 grade 9s.
With Bavoroko already implementing the Education Department's 166 structure, Mr. Kayaka continues to seek help from the Mosby Northeast and South DDA to help build infrastructure despite receiving negative responses in the past. Meantime, a total of 130,000 grade 8 students from 3,400 primary schools are currently sitting for their national examination under the 166 education structure. From these, selected students will continue either to grade 9 in secondary schools, while others will remain in their junior high schools and continue grade 9. Bavoroko is one of the recently established junior high school that will keep their grade 8 to continue grade 9 upon selection next year. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
The Department of Lands and Physical Planning, or DLPP, has successfully completed a capacity audit program in West New Britain Province, focused on evaluating the province's preparedness to assume full administration of its land resources. The audit was conducted by a high-level delegation headed by DLPP Secretary Benjamin Sampson, along with directors and managers from key technical divisions within the department.
This initiative is part of a broader effort to enhance local governance and ensure that provincial authorities are equipped to manage land effectively, thereby improving land administration and planning in the region. The team visited the West New Britain Provincial Lands Office, including Nakanai and Talasea districts, as part of a comprehensive assessment. The focus of the visit was to physically assess whether the West New Britain Provincial Lands Division has the institutional capacity, technical expertise, and infrastructure to perform both state land and customary land functions in the province. The capacity audit will also determine if the provincial administration is ready to take on key functions of the Land Board and the Physical Planning Board. A formal report, including a proposed structure for the Provincial Lands Division, was presented to the West New Britain Provincial Administration for review and potential integration into its provincial administration structure. The West New Britain Provincial Government welcomed the report and expressed its commitment to strengthening institutional capacity for land governance. The provincial authorities further acknowledged the importance of decentralizing land administration functions and affirmed their readiness to collaborate with DLPP to improve land administration in the province. The capacity audit findings and recommendations will inform future planning, resource allocation, and staff development to ensure provinces can independently manage both state and customary land matters in their respective provinces. Freddie Mo, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. We'll bring you the day's other stories after the break. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made. Introducing the 8th generation unbreakable recreational Hilux double cab look, featuring new look trapezoid grille, front and rear LED and fog lights, backup assist monitor, keyless entry start-stop button, a 2.8-liter 6-speed automatic, improved fuel efficiency injection diesel, luxury interior, touchscreen sound system, tough yet comfortable, perfect for town and country fleet vehicles. The 8th generation tough and recreational Hilux, available now at Ella Motors, unbreakable Hilux.
PNG's favorite soft drink now in bottles. Goldspot brings you fresh, bold flavors in brand new 500ml bottles. Taste the rainbow. More freshness, more flavor, more fun. Lime, orange, raspberry, and pineapple. Proudly made in PNG. Proudly Goldspot.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Hey Lifetime fam, Dr. Pimple Popper is now on Lifetime. Let's go. I've treated the craziest things only seen in textbooks. And I'm bringing the biggest hearts. You're a strong woman, I see it. The biggest smiles. Looks so good. And of course, the biggest pops. Oh, dude.
I usually get splashed.
New network, same pops you can't get enough of. Let's do it again.
Dr. Pimple Popper breaking out. Now only on Lifetime.
Welcome back. The Catholic Bishops' Conference of Papua New Guinea and Solomon Islands has celebrated the canonization of Saint Peter Torot as a defining milestone for the Church and the nation.
Speaking on behalf of the conference, General Secretary Father Lawrence Arrokhairas said canonization of Peter Torot on October 19th was a moment of national pride and spiritual significance, marking the first time a Papua New Guinean has been officially recognized as a saint by the Catholic Church. He called on communities, families, and individuals to seek the new saint's intercession and let his witness guide prayer, devotion, and service. The Bishop Conference extended heartfelt gratitude to the dicastery for the causes of saints in Rome, the canonization team in PNG, the faithful whose prayers sustained the cause, the media organizations for sharing the celebration with the wider community. Saint Peter Torot, martyred for defending Christian marriage and faith during World War II, now stands as a beacon of holiness from the Pacific to the global church. Joanna Violet Pile, TVWAN News.
While the canonization of Peter Torot took place in Rome, Catholic Christians back home in PNG also celebrated the day through masses held nationwide. In Simbu Province, the Catholic community gathered at Kundiawa Cathedral to mark two significant milestones which fell on Mission Sunday. The celebration brought together Catholic believers from the 6 districts of Chimbu and the Nguni Island community. With hymns, traditional sing-sing performances, and joyful processions, the Kundiawa Cathedral came alive with faith and unity.
Evangelization from all first missionaries that only come out in good news. Now, to Papa and Mama, Peter Torot, I think only first all Christian line in Melbourne community to all said the same sacrament of baptize. Now, Peter Torot, beginning from all, and we grow inside this belief to and we feel in this vocation, I'm a priest. That's all. I think Papa Blogem has everything of saying, beginning when we ready, making work priest, so we pushing making work, come up catechist. Look also in this Papa, and we also providential.
Father Christian Gelland and 12 catechists from the Kundiawa town parish joined the faithful in thanksgiving as Nguni Islanders working and studying in Simbu took the lead in the Mass.
I think all layman Mary and I think in first today Yumi look sawe or send this blessing out work mission and become a Yumi all get na Peter Torot and we go pass so Yumi PNG2 or layman Mary we got sing out helping more people to Yumi grow inside belief na come up holy one kind of Peter Torot and yet even making.
The day concluded with prayers and songs honoring Saint Peter Torot, whose life remains an inspiration to all Catholics across Papua New Guinea.
There is time World War II, they broke out, now Japanese, they occupy New Britain, and this walk, catechist, Peter Torot, and he come up less clear. Now we carry big black is red, all work and we making pastoral work, about him of sick man Mary, now visiting more families, now strong him all sacrament of marriage especially. Na emi give him school catechesis, emi stroking this walking go yet. Na emi come up with pastor all people.
From Kundiawa Cathedral, believers left with renewed faith and a deep sense of pride in their Catholic heritage. Parishioners of St. Francis of Assisi Catholic Church in Wau-Morbe Province also joined the rest of Papua New Guinea in celebrating a historic event, the canonization of Blessed Peter Torot as a saint. October 19 marked a joyful milestone for the nation as Peter Torot became PNG's first indigenous saint. The Wow celebration included 2 other important events. The parish held a belated feast day celebration for St. Francis of Assisi. They also offered a special dedication for the grade 8 students of Marion Hill Primary School as they prepared for their final exams. The Mass was led by the newly ordained Father Martin Maka and Father Nicholas Radey as celebrants. The Department of Personal Management is taking steps to strengthen public service delivery in the Highlands, with a one-day workshop held in Simbu Province to introduce the new Capability Needs Analysis Program. The Department of Personal Management's Capability Needs Analysis team conducted a one-day workshop in Simbu Province to help strengthen workforce performance and service delivery. Executive Manager Ida Yuki led the Port Moresby-based team alongside the Simbu Provincial Administration's Human Resource Division and Deputy Provincial Administrator for Field Service, Chris Mondo. The training introduced the new Capability Needs Analysis Program, which focuses on assessing foundation skills, leadership development, and technical expertise among provincial staff.
The impact for this particular analysis program or the toolkit is huge. What's been happening is that training has been conducted on ad hoc. So this system provides the basis for a systematic and constructive way of identifying the skills gaps and the competency gaps of individuals in an organization, which is now Simbu Provincial Administration and Simbu PHA. This is basically a system that we would like to introduce throughout the public service, and we hope that starting off with Simbu, PHA and PA, we should be able to set the front for assessment of training needs independently and not subjectively.
Principal Advisor Alois Yone commended the DPM team for supporting Simbu's workforce development, saying it will help build a more capable and motivated public service.
This is the first of its kind that is being done. Of course, we have been having training in our administration. We conducted a training, but in quite a passive manner, not so as active, because of certain constraints. But now the DPM is coming on in collaboration with OSAID to run this questionnaire. This is very good. We are filling in the questionnaire, and then it will be taken back, and then they will be doing analysis on it. They will be identifying the training need gaps, and then training is going to be conducted accordingly, which is very good.
The session concluded with participants committing to implement the program across provincial departments. Papua New Guinea has taken a major step in modernizing its agriculture sector with the launch of the Agriculture Management Information System, or AMIS, developed under the EU Straight PNG program through collaboration between the International Telecommunication Union and the Food and Agriculture Organization. The system will improve data-driven planning and management. The AMIS was officially handed over to the National Department of Agriculture and Livestock Secretary Dr. Sergey Bang in Port Moresby. Hosted on the National G Cloud, AMIS enables real-time data collection, analysis and reporting to enhance productivity, efficiency and transparency across the agriculture sector. Officials say the system marks a new digital era that will strengthen evidence-based policy-making and sustainable agricultural development in PNG. And now let's take a look at the finance news. The kina closed lower at $0.2379 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2304, $0.3510 Australian dollars, $0.1898 euro and 34.41 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold, coffee, cocoa and crude oil closed higher, copra and copper closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. Overseas news is up next. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
From the rich soils of the highlands, the finest coffee has been grown by generations of Papua New Guineans, expertly blended and roasted with over 80 years of experience, making the finest cup of Nescafe New Guinea blend, PNG's own coffee.
Life is about making memories, sharing new adventures. Go beyond the familiar. Don't let bacteria hold you back from experiencing the world. Protex uses natural antibacterial protection with flaxseed oil and eliminates 99.9% of bacteria. Free yourself. Go beyond with Protex.
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby i born one time HIV. HIV ikin go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long karing baby, na time baby is susu. Tasol yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bel mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV ego long baby. This no talk sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Enjoy life when we work together, making happy memories that last forever. Harem, talk, young or old, a scale rice family meal with toast. We'll bring out the smiles, cause it's a favorite by miles. Seni sigola, scale rice, low scale price. Seni sigola, scale rice, low scale price. But you like him?
Leading edge chance. Taken, the wicket's gone. Long Quickcore, the captain.
Possibly a leg stump. The umpire feels it's adjacent.
Thanks for staying with us. Back home, part 2 of the Plesman movie was premiered at the Paradise Cinema last week, Friday. The Plesman movie depicts the real-life issues in Papua New Guinea. Part 2 is dedicated to the founding fathers of the country and is a sequel of Part 1. It dives into the depths of tribal conflict, sorcery-related violence, women empowerment, and the vision for a better Papua New Guinea. Featuring PNG's renowned social media influencers Tuliman as the hero for his people fighting for their rights for a promising future, while the villain, William Berung, known as Batarat, enforces destruction. The movie explores themes of unity, tribal conflict, and rural struggles, promoting the message of Take Back PNG and the potential of agriculture and tourism. Contact tracing is underway and Queensland health authorities are investigating after 5 people were hospitalized with symptoms of rat poisoning. The ABC can reveal the patients were from Logan, south of Brisbane. But where and how they came to ingest the poison remains a mystery.
It is being treated as ground zero for a cluster of rat poisoning cases. It's the place where the ABC understands 5 patients, including 1 child, came from.
If children ingest an amount similar to adults, they're likely to have more significant symptoms.
They all presented to hospitals with symptoms over the past week. Health authorities have confirmed they ingested brodifacoum, a potent, long-lasting anticoagulant commonly found in rat poison.
It's very similar to a medicine we use for people called warfarin, although it's about 100 times stronger, so many people call it super warfarin.
The poison thins the blood by interfering with vitamin K. Symptoms can take days or more than a week to present and commonly include bruising easily and bleeding from the nose and gums.
Because it is so potent and long-lasting, if not treated appropriately, bleeding can follow not just from the gums or the nose, but potentially even internally and lead to very serious consequences.
But the antidote is simple: vitamin K. Treatment times vary, but some patients may need to take it for several weeks. Health experts warn, although cases have so far been isolated to Logan, those in other suburbs should still be vigilant of any symptoms.
The important thing, though, is that we find any cases quickly, both so we can identify the source potentially, but also give people that antidote so that they can recover as quickly as possible.
Queensland Health is conducting contact tracing, but says they are yet to locate the source of the cluster, and it will notify the community if there is a risk to public health.
The repeated claims that Melbourne is safe are in stark contrast to the city's frequent street violence, knife and machete attacks, and home invasions.
Doesn't want to talk about crime. It's bad for her government. But it's unavoidable after another weekend of protests and the near daily cases of violent and shocking knife crime. Things are so bad in Melbourne's west that one security company is giving its staff guns. Let that sink in. Pressed today about whether she was comfortable with this arrangement, the Premier said she supported Victoria Police's efforts to reduce crime while saying this was a private arrangement.
Absolutely acknowledge that there is more work to be done to support Victoria Police in its efforts to get more police out on the streets, to look at further consequences that must come with this violent behaviour.
Some voters and stakeholders are tiring of the talk. They want to know when the changes will happen. Laws to crack down on masks at protests were announced in December, but still aren't law. The so-called tough new bail laws aren't fully operational yet over concerns about what will happen to the prison population. Meanwhile, the idea of sentencing reform is still embryonic. The Premier says the CBD is safe, but for some that doesn't pass the pub test. Now there's people in her team that say that she's failing to read the room.
Darwin's public transport services were disrupted today as dozens of bus drivers called a 24-hour strike. They want better pay and conditions and an end to physical and verbal abuse in their workplace.
Darwin buses at a standstill.
What do we want? Safe rates! When do we want it? Now! Safe rates! Safe rates! Home safe! Home safe!
After more than 6 months of enterprise agreement negotiations, the Transport Workers Union takes action.
We know this is a significant inconvenience across Greater Darwin and Palmerston, but this is fundamental, and our drivers need those industry standards to be put in place, and they need to know that at the end of every day they're going to go home safely to their loved ones.
Sadly, violence in the workplace is a reality for many.
41% of drivers have been physically attacked at work, 31% in the last 18 months.
Some commuters feeling the disruption.
It's very inconvenient.
Others offering support.
I think it's definitely fair that they get a bit more security and safety.
A survey by the union found 85% of drivers will consider leaving if pay and working conditions don't change, and it hasn't ruled out further strike action. The government has been contacted for comment.
In sports, Kumuls hold rugby clinic for school children and Prime Minister applauds PNG Basketball Federation. Those stories and more after these messages.
Boy, maganda pa si Arya!
Auntie, bangka goksim. David Loran. Anything you passed it. Spots. It's in me.
Hey, do you know that Cell Money gives you twice the digital credits you recharge when you top up your phone with Cell Money?
Yes, I have the good news. So now I put 3 kina in my phone. I receive 6 kina credit.
Well, that's why now I like to top up 5 kina. Because I receive 10 kina. And then I use my credits to call, send text, or get data.
Let's go to a digital store Cell Money agent today. Deposit money in your Cell Money wallet to top up and receive the double credit.
Dial *888# to do it all with Cell Money.
Cell Money, do it all with Cell Money.
The newest shows.
Something big's going on.
The biggest stories.
That's what I'm talking about!
Get early access to the best on Rock Entertainment.
Bring it on.
Catch the glam first on TV's Starriest Night.
Can we talk about this look?
Never miss a moment with your favorite agents back in action.
Someone is trying to frame us.
Crack the cases first.
There's a bomb. Everyone out.
We're gonna find whoever did this.
And stay ahead of the hype with the next big thing.
My safe word is Labubu.
Your early access to the best.
That was awesome.
Let's go. On Rock Entertainment.
Welcome to a world of gods and monsters.
To face October's shocking frights. Keep your wits sharp and check your sights.
It's coming right at us.
Don't trust the shadows. Don't trust the stare.
I can't move.
If you're trapped, pray Tom Cruise is there.
I'm scared. Stay with me.
Get set for these thrills. No fear, no frown.
Enjoy the ride.
Survive maximum impact. Shocktober Showdown. This October on Rock Action.
If we don't get a bunch of gold, I could lose everything.
This might be our last chance.
This is the most dangerous place we've ever been.
Whoa! Mayday, mayday, mayday!
Gold Rush Whitewater, Thursdays 8:30 on Discovery.
Welcome back. The PNG Kumuls team, comprising 20 players, visited a school clinic today at the Port Moresby Rugby Football League field. The Kumuls team, led by Reese Martin, met with school children who had a great time chatting with the players and learning some basic rugby league tips. The PNG Kumuls team is expected to be announced tomorrow ahead of their clash against Cook Islands on Saturday.
The 20-man Kumuls squad who showed up at the clinic today could possibly be the team for the 2025 Pacific Bowl Championship. The players include Liam Horn, Nene McDonald, Robert Debbie, Zach Labert, Jacob Alick, Valentine Richard, Nixon Put, Sylvester Namo, Edwin Ipape, Gairo Voro, Moret Jr., Robert Matthias, Finley Glare, Alex Johnston, Dudley Dotoi, Apple Capinias, Cooper Bai, Lachlan Lamb, Jack D. Bellin, and Reese Martin. Interestingly, the players in the likes of Judah Rimbu, Sonny Wabo, and Alex Meggs were not part of the team today, and speculations are that they being likely omitted from selection indicated the players at the clinic today will be his man for the championship. Winger Robert Davies said the team is looking fresh and ready for the game against Cook Islands over the weekend. He expressed confidence in the team, including the inclusion of young halves, Gairovoro and Finley Glare, who are likely to partner Lamb in the halves.
When we got a full-strength team, we're really hard to handle at times, and getting Lockie Lamb and Edwin in that spine and getting that bit of control around our game plan, that's freaking huge for us this week against the Cook. This weekend it'll be another cracking game to see all the young fellas and see how they go, and because that training, and it's we got a bit of talent here at training, so hopefully we can showcase that on the weekend.
Debbie Feathers said the Kumuls have a mixture of young and experienced hands and are strong compared to previous years, noting the Cook Islands I2 has some NRL experience in their team. He said the best team on the field will be the winner. Joining the PNG Kumuls at the school's clinic today was Tonga women's team. They had fun with kids and were thrilled by the experience. Rex Litter, TVWAN Sports.
Winners in the recent FIBA Melanesian Cup were treated to a small but significant reception as soon as they returned home. Prime Minister James Marape caught up with the PNG basketball teams at the Tarama Aquatic Centre for the event to congratulate them on their first win in 8 years. He said the composition of the national teams and their performance in the Solomon Islands shows PNG's ability to run domestic basketball competition.
After 8 years, PNG secured its first win in the FIBA Melanesian Cup. They celebrated the win upon arrival in the country. They were whisked off to the Taurama Aquatic Centre for the reception. Prime Minister James Marape was among other dignitaries who joined them in celebrating the win.
Go basketball! Hey, you all sound basketball. Go basketball.
1, 2, 3, go! Go basketball!
Prime Minister Marape congratulated PNG Basketball Federation for putting together a decent team.
For me to see 2 players or 3 or so from Hagen, 1 or 2 from Alatau, depicts that the game is being played nationwide. We are a nation of 10 million plus people. We have an ability to run a strong domestic competition.
Players were selected from different regions in the country, and so the talent stood out during the tournament.
I look forward to Bapa 2026. Whatever it is, I leave it up to the team up front and all of you who know basketball better than some of us to indicate how you could organize yourself. And it is my job to stand in where we can. To offer support as government through direct support or through government subsidiaries like the Kumuls companies and other sponsors that we may league.
President of PNG Basketball Federation, David Peters, was happy to say that the PNG Sports Foundation is supporting its elite competition and they are working to get regional competitions underway.
And we sent the PIP submission to National Planning, asking to develop an elite competition in at least 4 regions of the country. So here we can lead the competitiveness of our players across the country. So that's right before the DMPM.
Prime Minister promised them a proper welcome reception next weekend. Rex Litter, TVWAN Sports.
Fiji Bati captain Tui Kamika expressed his pride in the team's performance following their 44 points to 22 victory over Cook Islands Aitu in the opening round of the 2025 Pacific Championships held at the Santos National Football Stadium on Sunday. Kamika praised his players for their strong first half showing, which established a strong foundation for the win.
There he goes!
The Fiji captain acknowledged the Cook Islands for their tenacity and ability to capitalize on Fiji's mistakes, effectively reducing their lead throughout the match. Kamika noted that the first half felt like an arm wrestle, particularly citing their struggles to complete sets in the last 20 minutes before halftime.
Yeah, well, obviously, such a good performance from the boys. The first 10-15 minutes was a bit of an arm wrestle there. We didn't complete our sets, but we just adapted and overcome in the last 20 of the first half. And yeah, we finished on top. And saying that, we've been working hard during the week, and yeah, it was a good win today.
Despite a slight drop in intensity during the second half that allowed the Cook Islands some opportunities, Kamika emphasized the resilience of their defense, which ultimately held firm.
Yeah, we just like you said, we lost a bit of momentum in the second half, but we just want to focus on our defense in the middle. Just trying to slow it down in the ruck because they was rolling hard in the first 10-15 minutes in the second half. But I reckon once we fix that, we got points on the outside. So that was the main talk in the second half. So we are pretty happy we adjusted from there.
Looking ahead, the Bati will have a week off before facing the PNG Kumuls in the third week of the Bowl Challenge on October 25. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Meantime, West Tigers star Jerem Bula has become the first player to score 4 tries for Fiji in a single match during the Pacific Championships.
Jerem Bula's remarkable achievement came in a dominant first-half display against the Cook Islands, helping the Fiji Bati secure a 44-24 victory. Bula set the pace early, scoring 3 tries within just 12 minutes. Caleb Navale scored another try shortly after to extend Fiji's lead to 24-0. Despite a tough match, Bula reflecting on the intensity, noting the fatigue factor that set in during the second half as their opponents began to find gaps in their defense.
First of all, I just want to give all the glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. My thoughts on the game, it was tough. We started getting tired near the end there. They started flooding through the middle, so something to work on for next game, but overall, happy with the outcome. Nah, it's nice. Lucky it's not too hot today. The wind came in, so it was a bit better than the past few days.
The game took a turn for Fiji when Tani Milne was sin-binned for a high shot earlier in the second half. This allowed the Cook Islands to capitalize and score through Justin Makerere during Milne's absence. As the match progressed, both teams exchanged tries with Ruben Rennie, Kurt Donoghue, and Solomon Saukuru all getting on the scoreboard for Fiji. In a late surge, Cook Islands lock Pride Patterson Robati managed to break through multiple defenders to score, giving Aitu a consolation try as the match concluded. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And finally, Gerica Bombers were crowned ultimate champions for the Moniplus Pom AFL 2025 season in a thrilling grand final showdown against minor premiers Gerihu Magpies on Saturday, 18th October 2025. The Bombers won 51 points to 37 in front of a vocal crowd at the Bissini AFL ground.
The Bombers started with a bang and were quick off the mark, scoring 4 goals, 1 behind, and kept the Magpies scoreless at the first quarter break. The relentless Magpies boys came back strong in the second quarter, but Gerica boys were always one step ahead, capitalizing on their fair share of possession, with both teams scoring 2 goals each. Magpies outscored the Bombers in the third, and at the break they were trailing 10 points, setting up a grandstand finish in the last quarter. The match turned into an arm wrestle in the last 17 minutes that kept the crowd on their toes. The Bombers' defense was up to every trick the Magpies threw at them, but it was the defensive efforts led by PNG Mosquitoes skipper John James Lavai that proved to be the key for the Bombers' Cup victory by 14 points to take home the major silverware and 2,000 kina prize money. The final score, Bombers 8 goals, 3 behind 51, to Magpies 6 goals, 1 behind 37. The man of the match trophy went to Joe Ginara, who played tirelessly and distributed well into the forward line for the vital goals. The Magpies got the runners-up cup and 1,500 kina in prize money. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. Now let's take a look at the weather report. Southern region, Port Moresby mostly fine then partly cloudy. Daru partly cloudy with chances of brief showers. Umase, Lae cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Wewak, partly cloudy then few showers and rain. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau and Kavieng partly cloudy then possible few showers. And Highlands region, Goroka Barnes and Kundiawa, cloudy periods with some rain and possible thunderstorms. Oceans forecast. Coral Sea, seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 15 to 20 knots, reaching 25 to 33 knots. Solomon Sea, seas slight to moderate with northeast to southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas smooth to slight with east to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. And Pacific Ocean, seas slight with easterly to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. And coastal waters, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru, to Kiwai Island to Kerma, to Yule Island to Hood Point, to Samarai Island. Seas 1 to 2 meters, rising to 3 meters along warning areas. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, seas 1 to 2 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finchafen, seas 1 to 1.3 meters. And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Have a pleasant evening. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
For Simon, life is simple. Dreams seem distant, yet hope remains. ticket, one dream. Simon's world changed forever.
Yes!
From small dreams to big possibilities. The One-Top Jackpot is here for everyone. Win big every day.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG-EITI's website.
Dare to be different, drive with passion. Looking for a ride that's unique, classy, or high performance, whether it's for work, family, or luxury, Freeway Motors has you covered. And this month, don't miss our crazy sales. Unbeatable deals on top quality vehicles tailored to your budget. Hurry in and unleash the extraordinary. Drive with style before these deals are gone. Freeway Motors, driven by innovation.
Meet YumiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, YumiPay makes every payment simple. YumiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
For the very first time in Papua New Guinea, Mel Research and Marketing Consultants proudly launched the 5th issue of the Mel Review magazine commemorating PNG's 50th Golden Jubilee independence. 2 volumes, 500 pages each. Volume 1 covers government politics and leadership, while Volume 2 highlights the private sector, state-owned entities as service providers, and NGOs. Together, they cover the period from 1972 to 2025. This 1,000-page collection reflects PNG's 50 years and sets the foundation for the next 50.
Bus, Ellie! You have to hurry up. Have a good day at school.
Judith, wait. Wait. Don't tell Mom or I'll slit your throat.
Go set the table.
Dad, are you here for dinner? What are you even doing here? Pretending like we're one happy family?
This is for your mother.
That necklace had a dark history attached to it. A connection to the spirit realm. The charm has the power to trap the soul it torments.
You're too old for an imaginary friend, and you're too young for an imaginary boyfriend.
It's attached to you.
I saw what you saw.
The necklace, where did it come from?
This should have been